Welcome to the game side of the Poppodium Game. After logging in, you arrive at the Department of Management. Next to it there is Marketing and Communication, Logistics, Personnel and Finance. On the left you will see an inbox where messages will appear. There is a feedback box. Every round you will get feedback on your results. Read this very carefully because it's very important to take better decisions for the next round. And below that there is the ranking box, and after the processing of round 1 the ranking will appear in here. For every department there is graphs, and when you click on the graph a table will appear with the results on the numbers from that round. In this case you'll see the total income and the total income of the top 5 in the game, and the operating result and the operating result of the top 5. This way you can benchmark yourself against the top 5 and see where you can improve on your results. Very important, every round there's extra information that's given in this box, and so read it very thoroughly and discuss it with the members of your team. After choosing the name of your Poppodium and the genre, for instance pop rock or jazz, you can start making a planning of the quarter and with the packages for every evening. There are 39 evenings for which you have to program a package, and which package to program depends on the genre you've chosen for your Poppodium, but also on a couple of in round 1 you must enter a choice of genre which cannot be changed in later rounds, and you must also program 39 packages. You have to take into account the requirements of the providers of subsidies with regard to the program. In this case you have to program the 39 packages. Next to the packages you can put bands that reflect this package, and after you print this you can make a music ladder from the quarter that you've planned in. At the next department we go to decisions, and there you have to make your marketing communication decisions. Analyze your target group well before allocating your budgets. Extensive media attention always has a certain effect, but is also expensive, so be careful what you plan. And please read about this in your competition handbook. Of course, at marketing communication you have to choose the media channels that fit your genre of the Poppodium and your image that you want to reflect. At logistics we can make the purchases for the hospitality products, and this is important because they give us a turnover. We can make profit from them, and of course we don't want to go out of stock. It's important to make good decisions in here. When purchasing hospitality products, make sure that you do not purchase too little. Good programming and performance improvement will enable you to attract more visitors than expected. The cost of stock does not play a role, and the hospitality products do not perish. So on the basis of the programming that you have planned and the genres of the packages, you can make a calculation about what you have to purchase for refreshments, alcoholic beverages, toasted sandwiches and sweets. Ensure that your personnel have been scheduled properly, making use of voluntary workers and or temporary employment staff. Also consider the opportunities for training described in the competition handbook. When we go to the decision page, we can see that we can make the decisions in here, and don't forget the training. It's important to motivate your personnel, and that's of course very important for the personnel satisfaction. Next to your permanent staff for production and hospitality. You can plan in the voluntary workers, the temporary employment agency staff, and maybe also extra persons for security. After these decisions we go to finance, and it's important to analyze the initial situation very well. Use the graphs and underlying tables for this, and you must draw up a liquidity statement on the basis of the decisions which you will take and the information contained in the competition book, so read this very carefully. When we go to the decision page, we'll see that we have income, and that makes our available budget. There is money in the bank, we get subsidy from the province and the municipality. There is sponsoring income, we have accounts receivable and accounts payable, and lending capacity. So this makes up for our available budget. Well, ensure that the amounts for total advance payments, that is down here, does not exceed your available budget. If this is the case, you must reduce the expenditure by changing your decisions. And your credit limit in this case is 150,000, but in this case our total advance payments are lower than the available budget, so we're okay. When you look at the payments, we see expenditures of Podium X, of course our decisions for marketing communication, the money that is involved is placed here, then the cost of purchases and the expenditure for temporary employment agency staff. You have to fill in how you wish to pay the total advance payments, and you have to do this as much as possible through your bank account, because you receive 0% interest on that, and that way you have to lend as few money as possible, and the rest you can withdraw from your current account, credit from the bank. Now we filled in our decisions for every department, and then we'll have to wait for the processing of this round to see the results.